All right, I'll admit it. I was completely freaking wrong about AI. In case you guys don't know, I'm wrong a lot. And this one was a big one. But I have the humility to admit that I was wrong and then completely change course. So there's a couple reasons why I was wrong about AI, and I want to explain those to you today because chances are you have a wrong perspective too in some of these areas, and I want to help you get past that and get on the freaking wave. So there's a couple reasons why I was really against AI in the beginning. So first is the models weren't that good. So if you use like OG Chat GPT or some of that old stuff, like I don't even remember what the old models were called. They really were not that great. They weren't that great at problem solving. They didn't really have that many tools to be useful in your real life. But that has completely changed. With the launch of the most recent set of models across Google's AI, OpenAI, and Claude, it is absolutely incredible. Claude Opus 4.6, even Sonnet, is light years ahead of what was out 6 months ago or a year ago. And so that was a big reason why I don't think I was necessarily wrong. I just didn't see much use in the old versions, but they are so much better. So an example is if you tell your agent to go do something for you and it messes up even the simplest thing, you kind of lose hope in AI. And that's how I felt. It couldn't even write a basic email that was decent. It was so bad. And I'm a copywriter, so I'm naturally more creative and I do a lot of content. And so that's one of the things that AI really struggles with is having that human creative touch, that excellence on creative work. And so I really didn't see a use for it in what I did. But the new models are much better. Second reason why I was wrong about AI is it takes a lot of skill to actually get good outputs out of these things. And so by understanding more how the technology works, you don't have to understand all the different technicals. And I'm going to make a like AI Foundations course in my school group, which I just actually launched yesterday. It's not actually open yet, but you can go get early. You can apply for it. I'm still building it. But once you understand more about how it works and the limitations, you can get a lot more out of it. Understanding context, understanding how these agents actually make decisions, and they're not just like a magic lamp. Like it's basically a formula to make really educated guesses. And so when you know exactly what to give it, how to hand it the right tools, the right skills, it becomes extremely powerful. So a small example is writing emails for my client. I used to use zero AI. And granted, these emails are fire. Like I wrote them all by hand, all my ideas, but man, it's a lot of work, right? It's a good result for them. They make more sales. It's a great result for me. I get to make a couple $1,000s just by writing emails. But I could spend an entire day writing pretty much the emails for the week. Now it takes me less than 1 hour tops, thanks to AI. And that's because when you know how to implement AI and add in your human creativity and your human thinking, that's when it becomes truly something special. So I think the other reason I didn't adopt AI sooner was that I honestly just wasn't giving it a chance. I was believing the lie that it's a magic genie and I could just rub that sucker and he'd come out and do everything in my life. But that's not really how it works. It's close. I mean, it's magical, but it's more in between that. And you have to give it some iterations. It's just like teaching a brand new employee. So let's say you bring on a brand new copywriter or a brand new sales rep, whatever, into your system. They still have to learn your system. They still have to understand what it is that you sell. You have to get them up to speed on who your customers are. You have to get them up to speed on how you do emails, how you write them. And AI is the same way. As soon as you give it these things, it actually becomes pretty useful. The problem with the old models and the old way of doing it is there wasn't that much infrastructure built around the models to allow you to do that. That's why it was so hard. You had one chat window with limited context, and you don't even understand what context is, and so you would just dump. I'm saying you, meaning like freaking me. I would dump an entire database of like 100 pages of research, cook the model instantly, get an awful result, and then quit using AI and go back to writing it myself. And I just thought that was just a problem with the technology, but it really wasn't. It was more of just it hadn't evolved far enough to have the infrastructure, and I didn't have the understanding to actually make it freaking work. But the last thing too is I was ruined by the gang around AI. So most people making videos about AI, they're nerds, right? They're complete freaking techo, coding goobers. And I love those people. I'm actually like I'm half that. But I'm a marketer at the core. Like, that's what I do for a living. I market, I make content. And so these people programming their like coffee machine to start at 8 a.m., I just was like, how is this valuable? Also, getting it to automate text messages to their like wife or something. I'm just like, bro, what the frick? You know, like I'm trying to make money here. I'm trying to produce value. None of this stuff is useful. Like I watch these videos of like 300 use cases of AI, and it's like that, just you titling it that shows the problem with your mindset. The goal is not to do 300 things. It's to do one thing extremely well that moves the thing forward and makes $1 billion. That's how Elon Musk makes so much money. The people who make the most amount of money in the entire world right now are techno nerds who like shed their nerd background and start to think like a business owner. Those are the people that make freaking bajillions. And so if you're a nerd, then that's what you need to do. If you're kind of like us, where you're just more of an average person and you are on that marketing, like get money, make money, cash money 2027 vibe, then you need to embrace more of the nerd. Like you need to figure out how to use AI. That's what I've been doing. I'm just like, frick it, I was wrong. AI is dope, but not many people use it right. So you have to be careful who you listen to. But if you can build these systems for yourself and learn how to implement it in your life, it's extremely freaking useful. I mean, just these videos, bro. Just these videos are proof. I was doing no daily videos because it just took so much effort. Now I sit back, I record these suckers, I spill coffee on my shirt, now I look like an idiot. I literally hit /upload vids. Boom, all the videos are uploaded. Description is done. The title is done. Happy freaking KJ. So, yeah, get on the AI wave. And then the last thing, which I'll do probably a full video on tomorrow, is agents versus chat. That changed everything. The chat is very limited. You end up going in these just nightmare loopholes of philosophical debate. And professional yappers love to chat with AI. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to sit there and ask it about every problem in the world and my life and all this stuff. I'm trying to do stuff, okay? And that's what I find the most value out of AI. I don't want to sit there and ask it about my family heritage and my past trauma. I don't give a frick. So it's like, that's another reason why I was turned off from it as well. But thanks to agents, they actually have control of your computer. They can get jiggy with it. They can get busy, go crazy. So yeah, hopefully this changes your mind with some of these perspectives. But if you're not into AI yet, I would 80-20 it, right? I would 80-20 it. So I would go watch, Nick Sarive has a Claude Code course, and I would go through that, but I would think about it more of like Claude Cowork. I'll talk about Cowork in probably next video, but yeah, go learn Claude Cowork. Go test it out for yourself. Put it into your workflows. Build your own skills. Just get familiar with it, because you need to understand how it works and start implementing it. But also, don't go down the weeds so deep. And if you do it really quick, like I did. Spend like a whole weekend, watch 50 hours of videos, and then come up for air and get back to work. So hopefully this helps. I'll see you guys in the next video.